come and share these things with folks, you may not know that.
Not true. There is deeper literature which are more profound than the Bible in India. There is much deeper literature, and they already know these things.
Yeah.
They don't need. People can come in and exchange their views, but they don't need people to come with the intention of converting the people to their viewpoint. They can exchange their view and go home.
Well, this is what I'm here for. I'm here to exchange my view.
I invite you to read Bhagavad Gita and Vedas. There is much more profound knowledge. That civilization is much more older than Middle Eastern civilizations. Obviously, they were not just sitting around and eating. They were thinking about all these matters. There is profound literature that may influence your thinking.
Yeah.
So I invite you to read the Bhagavad Gita and the Vedas.
I'll have to look that up. See what's going on there. Yeah, like I said, it's not so much a conversion, but just passing on the information. You have it. You have it, but your neighbor may not. So while
no, I want you to have the information that is in Bhagavad Gita and the Vedas.
That's what I'm saying. So
very important.
There's an interchange of information here. I'm learning, and I'm here to let you know what I know. I don't know what you know until I got here. See, so
I'm happy to read the good words that are there in any religion, or good words that come from anything, but I refuse to be blown off my feet. I'm happy to open the windows for fresh air, but I refuse to be blown off my feet.
So much so.
So whether I'm poor, whether I'm rich, whether I'm coerced, or whether I'm shown the nozzle of the gun, I refuse to be blown off my feet.
We are so much in agreement with that. There's nothing that's going to take you off of this course.
Right, yeah.
But
so
it is a coming.
The inquiry between me and my God is a personal inquiry of my own, and I will. I'm happy to know knowledge that is present in other places. So should you also.
Here's a simplified analogy. I have what I see as a treasure, and I know where it is. I have filled my pockets to the brim. I want to let you know, if you go over there under that rock, there's some gold. And that's what I'm here for. I'm not here to tell you.
But if I already have a lot of gold and diamond in my pocket, I will not even walk place there.
That's right. But how can I know that till I come to your door? I can't know that till I come to your door.
Maybe you should come to my door and read the literature from where I come from. And you may discover that you have gold in your pocket, but there is diamond behind the rock.
Talking about, see, it's a sharing. I've got a treasure and I want to share it. And the only way to know whether or not you know where it is to come knock on your door.
I think if you have a hierarchy of the missionary above you, you may want to tell them that there are people who resent the idea of conversion of people, proselytization.
This organization is really not about conversion or missionary work. We're just sharing good news. That's it. It's an interchange of information. Because like I said, you are fortunate. You know where the rock is, but your neighbor doesn't. And so he may be totally godless. I mean, without a spiritual soul, to the point where he sees you go on vacation, he'll come over and take that couch. He has no sense of right and wrong. And the only way for me to know that is to go and share that he needs it.
There's another thing that also some of the Abrahamic faiths have to understand, that the only God phenomenon is wrong. When I say that my God is the only God, you are dividing the world into me and others, and that leads to violence. This is a problem with the Abrahamic faiths, wherein Islam claims his God is the only God, Christianity claims his God is the only God, and today they are still fighting each other.
Does your faith tell you that there is more than one God?
Our faith tells me that you can choose God in whatever form you want.
I know.
If our faith tells us that there is a God, and you can choose any way of worshipping
so
Him.
We're talking about the same God, but we're not.
But not saying my God is the only God. That's a wrong approach.
Okay.
When you say my God is the only God and I only know the truth, then you are automatically inculcating a superiority complex in myself and dehumanizing the others.
Yeah, the question
so the only God phenomenon is selfish and wrong.
The question
it leads to violence.
Is there one God with many ways to worship, or are there many gods?
The question is, according to the Indic religious faiths, there is one God and there are
Well,
many
I'm
ways to
asking
worship.
you what your opinion is. Yeah.
My opinion is there is one God, if there is a God,
And there are many ways to
and there are
worship.
many ways to worship the
Okay,
God.
okay.
And I am not going to say that
I
my
agree with
way
you.
of worship and my way of thinking is the only truth.
I agree.
That way, I am empowering myself to commit violence on others.
I agree.
Today, not only in the crusades, even today in the
Yeah.
Middle East, what is happening is due to the only God phenomenon.
Yeah.
That has to go.
Yeah.
Because if humanity has to
Well,
evolve
not
beyond
so
this
much
point,
only God, but only way to worship. My way is the right way is wrong. But
and
there
my
is-
God is
I
the
have to
only
say-
God is also wrong.
So you're saying that
You see what's happening in the
Well,
Middle East?
well,
Because-
that's because their worship, their way of worship is what they want to force on people. I believe there's one God with many ways to worship Him. I don't know. Well, I'm not here to argue whether your way of worship is right and my way of worship
I think
is
the
right.
Abrahamic faiths have to come to this truth.
They have
That
to-
you cannot
Well,
say that your way is the only way.
The truth that
My-
they believe is that there's God, and God does not condone treating your brother anyway, but with hospitality and respect. I don't care how you worship your God. God is love. God is the creator of love. God knows only love. And that means no matter what you believe or how you worship Him, I'm going to treat you with respect. I will never hurt you. No matter what you do, you step on my foot, I'm gonna help you up. You see, that's God. How you respect Him, how you worship Him is a
I'll give you a starter. Any scripture in the world, any religious scripture in the world, if it claims that it's God is the only God, that verse has to be stricken out and taken out. If it claims that is leading to violence, humans are fighting each other because of that, because they get religious sanction from those verses in scriptures that says this is the only God. If you don't worship Him, you will go to hell and burn in fire.
all that's wrong. There's no help.
That has to go. That has to be stricken off.
I mean, I'm gonna leave you with one last thought, and that's this information that I usually have, and it asks the question, who really rules the world? Now, most Christians will say Satan. Will say God, but the Bible tells us that the whole world is lying in the power of the wicked one, and that's what we see. So these people who claim to be this religion and that religion, if they're not following the rule, they're being led on by that.
I'll leave you with a thought. According to Hindu Upanishadic thought process, the cosmic order is set, and even God, if He is there, is governed by the cosmic order. The cosmic order, God is not above the cosmic order. Just like how the country is ruled by a constitution, and the president is under the constitution. The president is not over the constitution, above the law. Similarly, the cosmic order itself is God. And
Who created the cosmic order?
it just exists. The cosmic order exists. There is no starting point.
I got you. All right. Okay. Well, it's been nice talking to you.
You have to, Ajit, my name is Ajit,
I'm Ken.
and you have to introduce yourself to Upanishads and the Vedas.
I'm gonna.
There is some profound thought process. You don't have to convert to anything,
Yeah.
but you will learn new things.
You shouldn't have to convert to it anyway. God will call you if He wants you.
Have a good day.
You do.
All right, you take care.
Yeah.